In this video I'll show you how to get an extra tool in your Victorinox Swiss Army knives with a very few money, and maybe you already have this extra tool in your home and you probably already know about the pin. This one is Farmer X because it has the saw. Nice, really pretty solid tool for the Farmer X. Careful when you close this. And it also has the scissors. Very solid scissors. All good with this, but you cannot have this tool that I'm talking about now. That's the pin. And the Farmer X, and in general these Alox models, the Victorinox Alox models, as far as I know, there is no place to put a pin, but maybe you could put it somewhere. I don't know, you let me know in the comment section below if you have a pin on your Alox model without having to open it and modify it. So normally you would have, this is the Victorinox angler, because it has the pliers and it has the fish logo here. And normally you would have on some models, not all models, on some of the Victorinox Swiss Army knives, pocket knives, multi-tools, you get this behind the cork screwdriver. You get behind the corkscrew, or on some other models behind the screwdriver. If you have this Phillips head screwdriver here, that one is with a bit of tape on it and 3 sap. Smells nice though. I need to clean this one. This is the Tinker, Victorinox Tinker, and the angler. So in the Tinker here, I put this kind of pin. I just took a needle, a pin, and I made it into this kind of a shape to fit in this hole here. And that's the hole I'm talking about. Normally most of them in the scales, so you have the Cellidor scales, different colors. The color doesn't matter. But on the Cellidor scales on Victorinox pocket knives, the Swiss Army knife, behind the screw or the screwdriver, you get this, you have this hole there. It's just a tiny hole. And this is, not many people know this, but probably you know already about this hole, and that you need to find a special pin for this. Not any pin will work. You can try to use these sewing supply pins, but they're not very good because it doesn't fit. Actually, this one will fit because the corkscrew will allow it. So let's see it. Let's try one. Careful. So you have this pin with this plastic edge there. It's made to be more easy to use, but in this case actually it could be a problem for some models. So you see that pinhole, this pin goes inside there, and if you have a model of Victorinox Swiss Army knife with a corkscrew, you could use it like that, just like this. But I don't really like how it looks like with this. I don't know, there could be, you could put other things in the corkscrew, like different supplies. You can even close. The problem is if you have a one of these, one of the Tinker models with the screwdriver here, and you put the pin there. If you have the pin there, the screwdriver will not really close. So that's this style of pin only works with corkscrew models. If your Swiss Army knife, if your Victorinox pocket knife has a screw, you can use this if you don't mind the look of it. But I have a better idea. I have a better option here. I just bought this from a sewing supply shop, and as you can see, they are very similar to this one, to this yellow one. I'll try to open it without it going everywhere. Glad I have all these knives around. Actually, for this kind of thing, I will use the small blade. I like to keep the large blade for keep it sharp and just use the small blade. Yeah, I will open it only on one side. So here you have pins that can go into any of these Victorinox models, and I bought this almost for nothing. It was very cheap from a sewing supply shop, so look at it. There are so many. And they are exactly the right shape for this. Okay, so let's try one. So normally you would use this for clothes, for patterns, sewing. I just dropped this pin on the floor. You have to be really careful not to do that, because if you drop it, you have to get it back. As you see, the pin goes in the slot perfectly. It was really made for this place. And I'm actually surprised why Victorinox doesn't give a pin with all these models. Maybe it's like a nice little trick that not everyone knows how to use this, and maybe for safety also for the pin. That if you really want it, you can have it, but you know about it. And to remove it, you just use the nail a little bit here, put it there, and pull the pin out. I don't know if you can put two, but you don't need more than one anyway. So I have this box. I will do it for all of them. Okay, so let's see. This one is the angler. This is the Victorinox angler, and the pin, as usual, is going to be, it's going in this hole. This doesn't have it. Forgot to show you one thing. I have in my bag, I carry this with me every day. That's the compact. And like the Swiss Champ, similar to how the Victorinox Swiss Champ is packed with all the features you might want in a pocket knife that is also large, the compact also has a lot of features, but it's in a small package. So this is really the nice option. So the compact will have this extra screwdriver in the corkscrew, and I moved it to another one. It also came with the pin here, but I moved it, I think I moved it in the Ranger. So I will take one of these pins, I'll put it there. I could see actually, so this should be, this is the original Victorinox pin. That's the pin that came with the compact. So the top one is the sewing supply pin, and the bottom one is the original Victorinox pin. The Victorinox one, the head is a little bit wider, and it has a bit of an interesting shape to it. But otherwise they are very similar. And the length, the Victorinox pin is slightly shorter. Just 2 millimeters shorter maybe. Yeah, this head is a bit larger on the original pin, so doesn't really matter. It's a very small difference. This is the Ranger, Victorinox Ranger model. So these are side by side. Maybe the original one is more flat here, so it doesn't catch on anything, while this one has a bit of, comes out a little bit, but really they are both fine. And they stay there locked in place. Doesn't fall out, hopefully. Okay, so compact is done, Ranger is done. Put in this one, yeah, it did. Alox doesn't have it, there's no place for it. Now the angler, I've been talking about the angler so much. I like this fish logo, but it's just a picture now. In the old models, on the old models, when they had this fish logo, it was actually a metal, embedded piece of metal, and also the Victorinox logo is just painted over it. Not like when it's a piece of metal inlay insert, I don't know how it's called exactly. So the pin goes right in there. And looking at these pins, actually some of them have the larger head, like the Victorinox one. So they are not perfect in every way. So some of them will be more flat on the top than others. This one, for example, is very nice and flat. And this one, I don't remember which model it is. This is the Explorer. There is the hole. Perfect fit. This is the Explorer because it has this magnifying glass, so you can look at the needles. I don't know if it will show. It depends on the camera how it's focusing. So yeah, that's the magnifying glass. It's actually pretty powerful. You can really see with it actually. Okay. And that's the Huntsman. Like I bought this one in color black because I got all the other ones red, so I thought why not get one black. And of course it doesn't have the pin. I will just take one pin from here. Pin goes in there. Perfect. Okay. Try not to get this all over the floor. Otherwise, you can have your pocket knives all like this. You can have the pin on all of your pocket knives. No need to buy the special model like the compact or the Swiss champ, or buy it. I don't know if Victorinox will sell you a special needle pin, but from the sewing supply shop you can really get this very cheap, and you can use it for a lot of other things, including sewing. Thanks for watching.